Welcome to the Music Round Table with your hosts,
Clint,
Lyle,
Vicky,
and me, Kim, where the only opinions that matter is our own. It's 12 noon in London, 7 a.m. in Philadelphia, and around the world it's time for Live Aid. This is what broadcaster Richard Skinner opened the Live Aid concerts with. So,
wow.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
So,
I like that. That's a pretty catchy intro.
I think so.
Yeah.
Makes it work.
Yes.
Because what we're talking about today is
Live Aid.
with little dabbles of what else?
Of
Band-Aid
Yeah.
and
Northern
Tears
Lights
were not enough.
Yeah, Tears were not enough.
We Are the World.
well,
Yep.
it's Northern Lights is the band that did that one.
Oh, Northern
Yeah.
Lights, that's what it's called. That because Tears Are Not Enough is the song.
Is the song. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. That's what I know it as. Because every
Right?
time I hear the other one, I'm like, what is
But we
that?
have to say that because anytime that we're mentioning anything to do with these benefit concerts, the fact that we neglected the actual Canadian version,
Yeah.
I've heard from certain listeners
Scott.
that we can't
What
forget.
about the Canadian version? Anyways,
There's actually a whole bunch that he's like, oh, well, you forgot this and you forgot this.
and we're like, yeah, you're older than us. We don't remember that.
Right?
I always forget about the Northern Lights, though.
Yeah.
But the key thing is at this point in time is it's Live Aid. This
Yes.
is a further extension of it. This was the ambitious attempt to do a live broadcast, an international live broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For the benefit of.
famine in Ethiopia,
There you go.
right?
Africa,
Yeah.
Ethiopia. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they were all trying to raise funds for it, which when I was reading a little deeper into it, it's really questionable whether or not they actually made any money.
That the money actually got
Got
to
to them?
where
Well, yeah,
it was meant to be.
It's more questionable. Like they definitely
Yeah.
raised money. They definitely funded it there. It's what the government did
Mm-hmm.
with the money is where it comes into question. And unfortunately, we don't know either way.
No.
Well, we can hypothesize because they still have famine in Ethiopia
Yeah.
and many parts of Africa, actually,
Yeah.
to this day.
So what does that
And
say?
these concerts were 40 years ago?
Yeah.
50
Yeah,
years,
'cause-
yeah, 40 years ago.
It was 39.
Yeah, because when we were discussing
39
it
years ago,
earlier,
give or take.
we definitely looked it up, and it's still
It'll be 40 years this
still
year.
a thing. Because it's from the conflict, it's from the drought, food insecurity, disease, livestock emergencies. It's sad. I mean, I almost think they should just move out of there. Like, move them
Right?
out of there instead
Move
of
the
trying
whole
to fix
continent.
Yeah,
the
it
issue.
doesn't quite work that
I
way.
know, but
'cause-
instead of just trying to keep throwing money at
like,
it.
like,
move
I
it
know,
out of
yeah,
there.
you live in a sandbox. How come you can't grow anything? You
Because
live in a sandbox.
Yeah. Let's move them out.
But that's not really that's definitely not for us to debate here how to fix Africa or any of those countries.
No,
No.
I did come across, just as I was briefly reading through things, that apparently the United Nations has a goal to cure hunger in Africa by 2030. And given the fact that it's 2025 now, I'm not
really
entirely
holding too much hope into
confident
that.
that's going to happen.
No.
But
No.
No.
No,
Excuse me.
Like I said, it comes down to like it's obviously like this is great. We're supposed to talk about the benefit concerts, and I think the idea behind the concerts was a very noble cause and stuff. It's how to actually get things
Done with it once you do it.
working, and like it's all a matter of building the right infrastructure to allow them to have crops and stuff like this and avoid the famine. It's just unfortunately it's a power struggle, and if you have the wrong people in power, yes, they'll take all the charity money that they can get, but you can't guarantee it's going to go to the processes that you want it to. But once again, let's focus on.
I was going to say, how did it all start? And seeing how we just finished recording our podcast about Michael Jackson,
Yes.
it
let's
seems
start
fitting
there.
to move right into this one because We Are the World by USA for Africa was actually written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie
Yeah.
to help with that famine. And there's a really cool documentary on Netflix, I believe it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
about that too, which is amazing.
Yes.
You should watch it if you haven't watched it already.
Yes. as you
I've
can
watched
tell,
it
we
a few
like
times,
those.
actually.
So
Yeah.
we haven't watched it, but we're talking to other people. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
Right?
Because we like to watch these things. They're fun. And it definitely gives you a little bit of depth of what's going on.
Yeah, because that was recorded end of January in 85, and it was released in March. And then Canada stepped up and did their Northern Lights. Tears Are Not Enough was the song that they did
Yep.
also for that. And that came out in May of 85,
Yep.
which also led to Live Aid
Yes.
in July
Full
of
circle.
85.
It was
And that's-
busier.
It was way busier. Not that the
Yeah.
previous efforts hadn't made a dent or tried to make a dent, but like you said, it was
A bigger endeavor. for
a
this
much
one.
bigger
Yeah.
endeavor, like bigger than anything that had ever been attempted at that point in time.
It says it was one of the largest satellite link-ups in television broadcasts of all time. An estimated audience of 1.9 billion people in 150 nations watched the live broadcast, and nearly 40% of the world population was what it was that watched it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was billed as the global jukebox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I
that
did
term.
like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And that there was more than 70 artists and bands performed over 16 hours of live music from London and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's where the opening statement came from. And I think that was the ambitious thing. But what was also cool is obviously we live in different time zones. So you could literally start with the music in one area, finish the day, and continue it in the other country
Yeah.
without missing a beat.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, I think they were only like a couple hours off of each other.
Yeah.
Because, like I said in the opening statement, it was 7 a.m. in Philadelphia when it was noon in London, which is when they started in London. And then apparently the first performer went on in Philadelphia at 10 to 9. So it was only a couple hours
Yeah.
delayed, but yeah, and then it ran until nearly midnight in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had hours and hours and hours of coverage, which was amazing.
Yeah. 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 it's still.
Speechless.
It is like when I was doing research on this, like they only organized it in just a few months. 4 weeks before the Live Aid, they held a press conference, and some of the acts that were announced hadn't even been confirmed yet.
So they were
Whoopsie.
still dropping in as they went.
Yeah, they were shocked to learn that they were performing.
They were shocked to learn. Great management there. It says it was 16 hours. The concert continued for just over 16 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like obviously a big part of it, and I'm sure we'll talk more of them later, but a big part was obviously the involvement of Queen, but they were
Yes.
last minute entry
Yeah.
into the performance.
and it turned out to be their
Pin
Because-
up,
the best concert performance. Yeah, like they come out with, well, they were playing Bohemian Rhapsody at the start. Next thing you know, like the whole crowd is singing along with them, especially during Radio Gaga and all that, right? It's,
Oh yeah, I still do the whole hand clapping thing when I hear Radio Gaga. I do.
Yep.
Even when I'm in the car, I'm like,
They're supposed to be on the wheel.
Radio Gaga came
Radio
on.
Gaga came on. I couldn't
clapping,
help
yeah.
it. Couldn't help myself.
oh my god! It just an pure aspect of all these bands playing.
Yeah.
But and the way they set up the stage, like I heard or read something too that they were rotating the stage so that they could tear down one set
And
And
have the
it-
other one going.
and have the other one going, and then the other set
Would tear
being-
down the other one would go.
Stage set.
Yeah, they
that's-
love
So
it.
it's just constant, just movement. It's like
Yeah.
you would need it with all those artists.
Well, if you think
Right.
about it, that was the setup basis for most of the festivals that have gone on nowadays, and the idea of B stage and stuff like this. So you could literally put your headliner or just whatever artist on this stage here, and then as you're into teardown, you had the B stage, and everything starts performing on the B stage, and the music just kind of continues.
Can I? Oh my gosh. So this is interesting. This just in. I have to say, huge kudos, Phil Collins. Jesus. He performed at both Wembley Stadium and JFK, traveling from Wembley by helicopter to London Heathrow Airport, then took a British Airways Concorde flight to New York City before taking another helicopter to Philadelphia. As well as his own set at both venues, he also played the drums for Sting in London, then for Eric Clapton, and played with reuniting and surviving members of Led Zeppelin at JFK. On the Concorde flight, he encountered actress and singer Cher, who was unaware of the concerts. Upon reaching the U.S., she attended the Philadelphia concert and can be seen performing as part of the concert's We Are the World finale.
Oh, that I had no idea.
Holy crap.
Was Cher.
Wow.
I knew about the Phil Collins one, and
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin was not happy the way he performed.
Oh, well.
Well, when you've already performed
performed
once.
how
I was going to say, yeah. So just
Like, I know he
looking-
probably wasn't happy either.
Yeah.
But he was.
Well, look at him, and he spread
but-
himself thin.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Kudos. He did all of that.
Good thing for the Concorde, though.
Yeah.
That was the only way it would have happened.
Yeah. And
Oh,
helicopters.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, yeah, because he performed with Sting in London for half an hour.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he was on stage in the States
Yeah.
at like 8 o'clock or something, I think it was. Let me just scroll
crazy.
through here. Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Yep.
I was going to say the
So he-
Concorde has been involved in several
Of those
international
things.
concerts that I've been aware of.
The Def Leppard one.
The Def
Yeah.
Leppard one where they played 3 continents in 24 hours.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
cool.
You didn't know about that one?
No,
Oh, yeah. It was really
that's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, because one of the shows was here, was it not? Yeah.
Yep. Commodore.
Commodore.
Yeah.
Son of a.
I know. Yeah, there was no way we were getting tickets to that. That was going to be
We
way
tried.
too hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
We tried.
Wow.
No,
wow.
I think you had to win to get in. I don't
you
think
did, and you could have shown up to, I heard. I think I was the 7th caller, and we had to be the 9th.
Yeah.
Sea Fox.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Wow.
definitely weren't getting tickets to that.
But we tried.
We did try. I found out later. Yeah, I think you could have just shown up and
Just stood outside.
stood outside and would have got in.
That would have been cool. Well.
Yeah. But
Once
one
again,
guy.
not what we're here to talk about. We're
no.
on Live Aid.
It's an aside.
Do we have a list of some of the bands that were in attendance? Like who opened that show besides that speech that you started?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hang on. Oh,
Where did
dude,
I read it.
I was
read
just
it too.
there.
Yep. When did I just read it?
Oh, dang it. And I keep hitting backwards, and that's not what I wanted to do.
And here I'm
here we
prompting
go,
you guys to find it, and I don't even look at my phone.
got it.
Goldstream Guards. They were on at 12 in London. 12:01 was Status Quo. 12:19 the Style Council. 12:44 the Boomtown Rats. 13:01 Adam Ant. 13:17 Ultravox. 13:46 Bandu Ballet. 14:07 Elvis Costello. 14:22 Nick Kershaw. 14:53 Sade. 15:18 Sting, Phil Collins, Branford Marsalis. I think that's how you say it. 15:49 Howard Jones. 16:08 Brian Ferry. 16:40 Paul Young. 17:19 U2. 1800 Dire Straits. 18:41 Queen. 1923 David Bowie. 1959 The Who. 2050 Elton John. 2148 Freddie Mercury and Brian May. 2151 Paul McCartney with David Bowie, Bob Geldof, Alison Moyet, and Peter Townsend.
That would have been cool.
2157 was Band Aid. So, wow. But that's just the
That's
one.
just
not even
London.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Do we
Yeah.
want to hear the Philadelphia line?
Absolutely.
851 was Bernard Watson. 901 was Joanne Baez.
Baez.
Baez? Okay.
Baez, yeah.
910 was the Hooters. 932 Four Tops. 945 Billy Ocean. 955 was Black Sabbath. 1012 was Run DMC. 1027 was Rick Springfield. 1047 REO Speedwagon. I always want to say Rio. 1112 was Crosby, Stills and Nash. 1129 was Judas Priest. 1201 was Bryan Adams. 1239 was the Beach Boys. 1326 was George Thorogood and the Destroyers with Bo Diddley and Albert Collins. 1405 was Simple Minds. 1441 was The Pretenders. 1521 was Santana with Pat Metheny. Don't know who that is. 1557 was Ashford and Simpson with Teddy Pendergrass. 1627 was Madonna with the Thompson Twins and Nile Rodgers. 1702 was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 1730 was Kenny Loggins. 1739 was The Cars. 1806 was Neil Young. 1842 was the Power Station. 1921 was Thompson Twins with Madonna, Steve Stevens, and Nile Rodgers. 1938 was Eric Clapton with Phil Collins. 2000 was Phil Collins. 2010 was Led Zeppelin with Phil Collins. 2039 was Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. 2046 was Duran Duran. 2120 was Patti LaBelle. 2150 was Hall & Oates with Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin. 2215 was Mick Jagger with Tina Turner. And 2239 was Bob Dylan, Keith Richards, Ronnie Wood. And then 2255 was USA for Africa. I did not watch this as a child, so I didn't remember even seeing any of this.
I think
I've seen parts of it, but we
But when it
didn't
came
sit in
out?
front of it.
Yeah,
no.
I also didn't have cable, so I don't know if it would have been on regular TV. It might have been on the news. Like, we saw stuff on the news, but I didn't actually watch this. That is a lot of different people.
lot of artists.
Well, it's funny because like you
Yep.
were saying the times as you went. So some of those sets, like they literally played a song, get off the stage.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what
much.
it was.
A lot of them
Yeah.
were, yeah. It was
Yeah.
one or two songs. They were on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like Elvis Costello only played one.
Yeah.
Adam Ant only played one. Most of them are like 2 or 3 or 4.
And you were saying how Zeppelin wasn't necessarily happening with Phil Collins'
Yeah.
performance. Well, one, performing in the other country, then coming over,
Yeah.
performing, his own set, another set, and then
Rushing.
And then-
performing with you. And probably did not have the proper practice to play your songs to
No.
begin with.
Yeah.
No,
it would
exactly.
be.
Doing the best he can. Give
Yeah.
the guy a bone. Come on. And it also said in here that Billy Joel wanted to play, but he couldn't get his band together in time or something something happened. And so he didn't want to do it
No.
without...
Makes sense.
He didn't
'cause
want
it-
to go
does.
solo, is what he kind of said. I didn't want to go without my band. It makes sense. You
I'm
kinda
wondering
do
if
that.
some of the artists, they didn't even know about it. Kind of like the whole.
Like, Cher.
Yeah.
What? There's something going on? Sure, I'll come sing.
Well, it's one, probably a lot of egos, so they didn't want that ego control on some of it, so they probably went with artists that they could kind of control, lack of better terms,
Yeah.
and go with it. Because, you could reach out to some artists, and even though it's a benefit contest, there is still some that are going, yeah, but what am I getting paid? Well, no, it's a benefit contest. You're
Yeah.
You're doing
donating
this-
your
yeah.
time.
You're doing this out of the goodness of your heart. Yeah.
At the end of the day, they dedicated their time and it's to a worthy cause and all this, but you're on the live stage, you're there, you will always be remembered for this. So it helped build your career.
It did. It did.
Like, I find funny, at the beginning, Boomtown Rats, obviously this is Bob Geldof's baby and stuff. It just
Yeah.
makes funny. But except for, I Don't Like Mondays, there isn't many songs to follow the Boomtown Rats.
Not
No.
here anyway, but I know in Europe there
Europe.
was.
I know, but
well, in England
his
and Ireland.
legacy are these charity concerts that
Yeah.
he put on.
The whole band, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they wrote Do They Know It's Christmas? And
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he's pretty much the instigator to a lot of this is seeing the suffering that was not being broadcast.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the regular news to those of us in like Europe or North America and stuff like this. And if anything, it was just to bring the awareness of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what was at the forefront, and for that he will always be remembered in that sense for leading it that way. And obviously we know him from the Boomtown Rats. I actually love that song.
It is a good one.
It's kind of funny that his career never necessarily took off to stellar stardom that way, but his name will always be remembered.
Because of these, yeah.
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 For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just scrolling a little further down and I got to the notable absences.
Ooh.
Bruce Springsteen apparently decided not to appear despite his huge global popularity at the time. Geldof had apparently originally scheduled the event for July 6th, but then moved the date to the 13th, especially to accommodate Springsteen. But then Springsteen later expressed regret at turning down his invitation, saying he simply did not realize how big the whole thing was going to be, and regretted not performing an acoustic set. It's kind of interesting. Michael Jackson declined to appear,
Whoa.
apparently because of his press agent, Norman Winter. They released a statement at the time saying Jackson was working around the clock in the studio on a project that he's made a major commitment to.
Yeah, I read about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Prince also declined to appear in person, but sent
Not
a pre-tape
surprised.
video. Not surprised. Sheesh.
Well, from what we said on the last one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Culture Club leader Boy George decided not to take part in the concert. He feared that Culture Club would fail to measure up,
Oh,
performing for 2 billion people.
wow. But,
He-
okay. Wow.
A little bit of-
Yeah, I found that him singing "And Do They Know It's Christmas" like one of the highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently his band members were quite angry with him because he had turned it
The
down and, quote, ruined their chance of a part in history, end quote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I would be too.
Yeah. Huey Lewis and the News were scheduled to play in Philadelphia and were in some of the promotional material, but decided at the end of June to pull out over concerns that the money raised by relief efforts thus far had not been reaching those that it was intended to help.
Yeah, I know he wasn't happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't go, apparently didn't go to good things. It went to guns and stuff. But then people are like, no, it didn't.
Well, it's speculation. Some say it didn't. So
Yeah.
it's hard to know for sure. But
if the
unfortunately,
government-
unfortunately in a country like that, that is very plausible.
Possible.
Yeah.
And
Well, because it went to the government. So if the government got the money, they're going to do what they want with
Whatever
it.
they want with it,
Yeah.
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 Annie Lennox couldn't make it. She was supposed to be there, but had to pull out because of a throat infection.
Oof.
Cliff Richard later stated he'd been unable to perform as he'd already committed to a gospel charity concert that the same day. A reunited Deep Purple will also due to appear from Switzerland via satellite, but
that
pulled
would've been
out
cool.
after their guitarist refused to take part.
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
UB40 also said his band was ignored by Geldof while planning a list of musical acts, so they decided not to go.
I wonder with some of these bands now, like
Yeah,
how
there's a
much
couple
they
more, but I
regret
don't really
not
know much about
showing
them
it's
up.
yet.
one of those things though, like someone proposes that idea. It's not something that's never been done before, and they come and do this, and you're probably sitting there going, "Yeah, right, whatever. Like this isn't gonna fly," and then obviously it does work, and then you're kind of going, "Oh, well, whoops."
Whoops, yeah.
You know, it's too late now, right? But
Well, how many?
Yeah, to answer your question about whether it was broadcast here, it was on CTV apparently only for the last 3 hours,
That would be
but it
why
was
I
on
remember
Much
it.
Music the whole time.
And that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have cable, so I wouldn't have had much music.
Canadian artists in Philadelphia.
Canadian artists?
well, Brian Adams.
Brian
yeah,
Adams.
Brian Adams.
That was
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I think so. Let's scroll back down.
I know I closed that already. Dang it.
Which
so
is
that
as funny
was-
as like because we did mention obviously the Tears Are Not Enough Northern Lights.
Yeah.
The one that organized it was Bruce Allen.
Yeah, it was Priscilla.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those of you who don't know who Bruce Allen
John
was because he was recently fired by Brian Adams, but he was
Brian Adams'
Adams'
manager.
manager forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Forever is
I don't
right.
know if we would say fired. I think they just parted ways.
I think so.
Yeah, I think Brian was just like, I don't.
He
need-
doesn't need it anymore.
I'm good. I think it was because I don't recognize any of these other people as being from Canada.
Yeah, I think that was it too.
Oh wait, no, Neil Young's not. He's
Neil Young.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
He's
Neil Young.
good. Yep.
Okay, I was gonna second guess myself. I was like, isn't he? No, okay. Neil Young. Let's look.
Was he with Crosby?
I was
Stills,
going to
Nash,
say
or-
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah.
But no,
No, it was
he
just
performed
him.
himself just after
Yeah.
8 or
Oh,
6
okay.
o'clock.
Yeah,
And then he performed later with the other boys.
but I think those are the only two then.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because of Tears Are Not Enough. You think you would have thought that they would have been involved? A couple of more?
Well, considering they
Or
don't
is it the
World-
style of music?
World schedules, you can only have
Yeah.
so many, and like you would just focus. Like I think a lot of it all depends on where the artists are
Are
in the
at the
world.
time.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you like most artists do world tours and stuff like
Yeah.
this, and if you're halfway across the world, you're not going to be able to perform at a show there unless you jump on the Concorde.
Right?
But yeah, who could afford it?
Well, that's just
Certain
it.
people could, certain artists anyway.
Like
But
Tears Are Not Enough. Neil Young was on that one too.
Yeah.
Gordon Lightfoot, Burton Cummings.
I was just
Anne-Marie,
looking
Rush,
through the.
Loverboy.
Mitchell,
Yeah.
Geddy Lee,
Yeah.
Mike Reno, Bruce Cockburn, Corey Hart, Brian Adams.
see, a lot of the
For
singers
our
for the
American
bands.
people listening, those are all Canadian artists.
Yeah.
Chorus.
Those funny chorus members. I was just noticing
Alan
that. Alan Thicke, John Candy was another
Yeah.
one.
Bruce Murray,
Paul
Eugene Levy.
Schaefer,
Corey Hart was in it too.
Tom, yeah.
Yes, he was on that other list that we said. Ian Thompson, James Sapir.
I say what other? Yeah, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Pretty much SCTV was on there.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yes. And all like
Wow.
David Foster was hugely involved. Jim Valance,
yeah.
Paul Dean of Loverboy.
Gene
Well, I think
Valance-
those were the
Jim
two
Valance
that
had a lot to do with it.
spearheaded it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes,
Jim Valance and David Foster.
Yeah.
and Bruce
Yeah, you could definitely tell it was written
Bruce Allen.
by David Foster.
Bruce Allen organized it and brought together a large group of artists to record a song written by David Foster, Jim Valance, Brian Adams, Rachel Payment. I don't know how to say that. Paul Hyde and Bob Rock.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Foster and Valance.
Once again, anybody in the 80s in the Vancouver market
Would
Bob
know.
Rock.
Would know
we're
those
all the
names,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're all the peoples.
Foster and Valance wrote the music and initial lyrics. Adams completed the English lyrics. Payman wrote the one French verse. Rock and Hyde contributed the song title. The song was recorded on February 10th in 1985 at Mant Sound Studios in Toronto.
Yeah, the central location for a lot of the artists.
Okay.
Sure.
I know they all like to be known as the center of the universe, but whatever.
Well, it is kind of funny because most of those people in charge all originate in Vancouver. So
Right?
it is funny that they took the whole production and ran it
Moved
out
it
of
from-
Out
Ontario.
of Toronto.
Yeah.
Buggers.
Oh, okay. Well, this is
Little Mountain
interesting.
Sound would have been a great place to
It would
record
have,
it.
yeah,
Right?
would have, definitely.
So I had read about the money from the other one, right, from Live Aid.
Yeah.
And then this one saying, because I didn't bring this up, sorry. In Live Aid, there was a reason there was some controversy because, what is his name? Bob Dylan was like, said a statement during his song, like changed some words in his song to say we should leave some of the money for the farmers here. Yeah. So
okay.
he wanted to keep some of the money back for the farmers in the US of A to help them, which was not what Bob Geldof was trying to do. And they all looked down upon it and was really not happy with him. But they did lead to Farm Aid.
I was
Okay.
just going to say
That's
that.
what started.
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna
was
say,
just
yeah.
because
Gotcha.
that
Well,
was
ever since
Farm
then,
Aid.
there's
Yeah,
always
that's-
been
Yeah.
like,
There's going to be
festivals
something.
like that,
Yeah.
right?
And
So-
so that one, but so here's what happened with the Canadian one. By 1990, the project had raised $3.2 million for famine relief projects in Africa. 10% of the funds raised was set aside to assist Canadian food banks. I did not know that.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
wow.
So where's that
Just
part?
donate to your food bank because your food bank gets three times
3 to
on
1
the-
or something?
Yeah, 3 times on the dollar.
It's better to give cash than the actual canned goods
Yeah.
and box goods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you get a tax receipt
Yes.
Yes.
if you donate cash.
Yeah.
So
So there's not any documentary on the Northern Lights one, is there?
I haven't found
I've never
one.
seen one. No.
So
No.
we know about the Live Aid one, how that took a bit to get people involved.
Yeah.
But We Are the World was everybody came that was going to be at the award night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
they
was-
recorded it all night. But there was
Yeah, that one
Prince that
night.
didn't show up.
Yep.
He declined. Madonna, I'm not sure about. But I know for the Huey Lewis part, who was supposed to sing that part?
Prince.
It was Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yes. yeah.
Remember that,
Because
right?
Prince didn't show up.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure it was Prince. He didn't show up, so they gave it to him.
Yeah.
They waited till the very last minute. And they're
Waiting
like,
and waiting,
we
waiting.
gotta do it. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think Huey Lewis was like, huh? Okay.
Yeah, he's got to put in, now he has to sing with
Yeah. Cindy?
Cyndi Lauper,
Yeah.
Kim Carnes,
Yeah.
and yeah. Which gives me a new appreciation for Huey Lewis in that part.
Yes.
And hearing that part, and
I've always had I don't know. I
like
just
him.
like him. Like
Yeah.
even if you see him outside of the music and stuff like this, like when he does, like he's just jokes around. He's like my kind of person.
He's,
Yeah.
yeah. What you see is what you get with him.
but like
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
he was an amazing singer, but to sing with that group, like he
It's-
had
it's
Steve
so
Perry,
different,
that was
right?
like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But
Daryl
it's
Hall.
not his
and-
normal.
No, and
No.
and he's singing in a spot that Prince would have been singing
Yeah.
in, like.
And he's got a
You're
different
following
voice,
Michael
different
Jackson
octaves,
and-
and yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's why he was nervous because he's just like, am I good enough?
Well, yeah,
Right?
yeah. And
He-
you got
he
Cyndi
is
Lauper
absolutely
that
gonna-
is like,
Crazy good. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be a little intimidating. He's probably like, okay.
Right?
What were you thinking at that moment? Well, I was thinking I was going to piss myself. Because you want me to do what?
Well, yeah, it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
To be put in that situation. I know,
Yeah.
I know, like, I like what Quincy Jones put on a sign, like, leave egos at the door.
Leave your ego
Yes.
at the door.
Because
yeah.
I'm wondering,
Yeah.
like, if the Canadian, like, same, or do you think they're
they
more
don't have
laid
as much
back?
ego.
Well, I think we're a lot
would
more laid
like
back
to
anyway
think
here.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, because it seemed like they were just having a blast singing.
Yeah.
Like,
And same with in Do They Know It's Christmas? I don't think it was like you had the upper echelon of vocalists singing at We Are the World. Like
Yes.
there's top vocalists in the world. Most of them anyway.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was like, it was one of those things because I think when Bob Geldof did a lot of these things is he bypassed the promoters.
Yes.
He went straight to the
Straight to the
artist.
artist.
Like, hey, buddy, let's do this. And by doing that, because the promoters are always looking like, how can I monopolize on this? Geldof didn't want that. Geldof wanted the world to unite
Yeah.
and, do something for the world.
Yes.
And the best way to do that was literally to go to the sources and just like, hey, go straight to the artist. Like, this is what I want to do. Kind of keep the egos in check and stuff like this. We want to put a benefit concert together in the case of Live Aid, or I want to put a charitable album out in the case of all the other ones. And then it's by, taking out the middle management or whatever, I think got a lot more done. But on the same token, you have people that only answer to their promoters or their managements, and by that, like, the managers are, no way you're going to do it, and they just never gelled into being into the
Oh
situation.
yeah, and it was all simple phone calls through your management company or cards. Like
Yeah.
nowadays, cell phones quick and easy. But then, like, I don't know, the amount of work that they put into like all of these, like the Canadian version, the American, and the UK, like to put that together in such a short time.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish, it was what, November till
Well, July for the show.
you had how many? 3 songs and a full-fledged concert in 2 cities.
On 2 different
No,
continents.
2 different, like, holy crap. With all those artists, do you think you can get that today?
No.
No. Not
'Cause,
millions.
I think the infrastructure is better technology-wise, so you could arrange it, not necessarily all in like 2 stadiums or whatever, but you could definitely do that kind of hookup actually a lot better, more organized nowadays.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
is
but
still,
I don't think you'd get that many people participating.
No,
like,
'cause I-
They have to
like we
sing
did
raw.
then.
They have to sing raw without
Yeah.
any help from computers.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be I think that's where you're going.
To set something up like that?
well, I'm just going like because of like
There's no auto tune in a live performance.
because of there's the Zoom and like all the various satellites and everything that propels technology nowadays. It's easier to do that kind of show. Doesn't necessarily mean it would be easier to organize that kind of show.
Well, because they did do the Live 8, whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
The anniversary of it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but like nowadays, like what is nice with the technology nowadays, and like they do it on the New Year's Eve and stuff
Yeah,
like
they do it
this,
all around.
is you could literally have an artist like in every city of the country, and literally, okay, welcome the New Year from the East Coast, welcome it from Central, and all the way to
Yeah.
the West Coast, and all be one huge concert for televised audiences everywhere. So, like I said.
For that, it's better.
Technology-wise, it is feasible, more feasible now. Obviously, at the time when they did Live Aid, that was a immense effort, and obviously they did have their hiccups because I think they didn't have sound for the first part of the broadcast, I believe.
yeah, and I know with Paul McCartney, he was singing "Let It Be," and there was no sound for a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
but the crowd was singing for him.
That works.
Oh, nice. That works.
You know,
Yeah.
it- little things like that. Like you wouldn't get that if it was just broadcast. But then the people that were there,
yeah, like having them
okay.
as the live concerts, and like I say, very ambitious and very, well, it will always go down in history. A very notable.
well, you got that as well as Woodstock, right? So,
Well, see, this is once again, this was a little bit better than Woodstock.
Yeah.
Like Woodstock was cool in the sense that it was just they wanted to put on a concert.
yep.
They were told no, you can't do it, and they just well, I can't remember the full details on it, but they're like, yeah, they negotiated to go in this farmer's field, and they put on a concert,
Yep.
and no one expected it to be the way it was. And it was horribly, horribly, horribly commercialized when they tried to redo it in the 90s.
Yeah, that would just be bad.
Yeah.
But it was, these festivals will always kind of stand the test of time of always being something to remember. Even the horrible Woodstock, it will always be remembered for the wrong reasons. But,
Yeah. I don't know, it's. Yeah, I just, yeah, you can't get over how fast and the amount of talent, the bands that gave up their time, even if it was for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's what was cool, though, is like they were donating their time to it. And so even, an artist comes out, they play one song. And, as a fan of that particular artist, you might be going, well, what the hell? But at least they got their opportunity to put that out there. And the thing is every band has its following. So, if you got 30 bands in there, and I think it was more than that, but anyways, you got 30 bands in there, you were taking 30 fan bases into this global broadcast. Like that is definitely the way to unite the world.
Yeah.
Is like that would be the ultimate thing to do, is literally take people from every genre of music. It suddenly sounds like an award show, but you take people from every genre of music, mix them up, play their shows, and you get the world watching it.
Yeah. With that 1.9 billion people. Yeah.
Right? That's insane.
Yeah, wasn't that like,
To know that
what
so
was
many
that
people were
percentage of
watching
the
this
world?
event.
Like that's like
40%
of the world.
Yeah.
of the world population was watching that event. That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Like, yeah.
So I was just kind of, while you guys were chatting,
Rambling.
I was looking up, because we had questioned whether or not Madonna was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And apparently she was not invited.
Oh.
The producer thought that, or preferred Cyndi Lauper over Madonna because he thought that she was the bigger pop star at the time. Lionel Richie later said he regretted not asking Madonna to participate. And apparently the snub broke her heart. She was very upset to not have been invited.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot about why Prince didn't go.
Oh, really?
Of course there is. Yeah.
That's a whole other episode.
Yeah, that's another episode.
Almost,
Yeah.
It almost could be. Yeah. But no, basically, one newspaper said that Prince didn't want to record with other acts. Another
Yeah.
report said that Bob Geldof called him a creep, and that's why he didn't want to go. Apparently, Lionel Richie called him on the phone, but declined Prince's offer to play a guitar solo in a separate room.
Yep.
But instead, Prince donated an exclusive track, quote, for the Tears in Your Eyes, to the We Are the World album. Apparently, Stevie Wonder had asked Eddie Murphy to participate, but he declined because he was busy recording his single Party All the Time.
So he was partying too much.
Right? Eddie Murphy later said that after he realized what it was, he felt like an idiot.
I'm sure he did.
John Denver was also asked to participate, but was rejected despite his previous commitment to charity work, due to some people feeling that Denver's image would affect the credibility of the song as a pop rock anthem. Which seems like a lame excuse.
Yeah.
Like I said, because your realness to the world stage. Like I think they should have. Well, you had folk artists in there.
Exactly.
I think you should have just brought if you're going to unite the world, if anything, unite it in music. So it should welcome all genres.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently it broke his heart not to be included as well.
Wow.
And then one last, I thought this was funny actually, referring to the sign taped above the door that said, check your ego at the door. Apparently, Stevie Wonder greeted all the musicians as they entered and said that if the recording was not completed in one take, he and Ray Charles, to the blind men, would drive everybody home. That was funny.
Speaking of Stevie Wonder, when we were watching when I was watching the documentary, they were saying like if you had trouble singing your part,
He was helping.
but he was singing your voice though,
Yeah.
exactly how it should be sang.
Yeah. Because he's all ear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, wow,
Yeah,
that
amazing.
is pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. I've learned a lot about all these artists over the last and they.
Well,
Guess you could say just their talent.
they used what they could to help.
Yeah.
Instead of giving money, they gave time, which is commendable.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Anytime you can give of your time instead of necessarily cash, that's good. Obviously, they still need cash to do things, but this was supposed to build cash, and it did,
yeah.
right? Funny, I was, when we were talking about that, I was looking up something because I remembered something as a child, and I wanted to see what year it was from. Do you guys remember the Vancouver Whitecaps album?
No.
You don't? Okay,
No.
so we had this growing up. And I wanted to see what year it was. It was 1985. So kind of interesting that I think that stuff bred so much more of people trying to do things through music to raise funds.
Yeah.
Because this album that I really distinctly remember because it was blue, it was in support of Ronald McDonald Housing. So... And that was the Whitecaps' favorite charity. So everything from those albums, when you purchased them, went to the Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I will have to see if my parents still have that. I'm curious what it sounds like.
I'd never seen it, never heard of it, or
No,
nothing.
me neither.
I was like, I wonder if that was around the same time. And it was.
That
So
probably would have been the start of the Seeds album at Seafox and such. So.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
well, this was the Whitecaps singing.
Oh, wow.
That's what it was the Whitecaps singing with Carisdale Elementary School Choir.
That would have been
it was
what,
actually
Bob
them.
Lenaduzzi at that time.
Oh my
It was
god!
actually them singing. Yeah.
Everybody was doing something,
1983, sorry. That was when it was released. 83. Not 80.
but it was helping out.
It was
Ronald
McDonald House was helping out a charity.
Yeah.
As long as the money goes to
the charities.
or to help out that country.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if it's given to the governments, you don't know.
You don't know.
But
well, it's
if
no
it-
different than, what is that one?
UNICEF?
Well, UNICEF, but no, the other one. Oh my gosh, what's the one that you do
Sally's
the hunger?
Brothers?
Yeah, there's that one too. What is that one? That's UNICEF, isn't it? Wasn't that Sally Struthers?
Yeah, but your 30-hour famine is the one you're thinking
Yeah, that's
of.
the one I'm thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I did
yeah.
that in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that whoever does that one, that I haven't heard great things about either. So it all depends on who's running it.
Yeah.
How much money goes to the actual people that need it.
The unfortunate thing of these charitable acts is these charitable acts do generate a lot of ink, a lot of money, which is a great thing. It's just you have,
Not everybody volunteers, so you have to be able to pay them.
well, you have the bureaucratic red tape involved in them, and like unfortunately, like in the case of UNICEF, like UNICEF does do a lot of good for the world, but it's also supposed to be a not-for-profit company, and like the CEO was reported like $1 million salary. So you're like,
Yeah.
you're donating all this money to them. How much is it going to
Actually
paying the
going-
salaries
yeah.
before it actually gets to the people that need it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying tear down the structure of these things, because like once again, UNICEF does do a lot of good, but
Well, yeah, it goes to their salaries. It goes to the government of the countries. But then where does it go from there?
yeah, how do we get there? And like I said, some of the stuff does need to go to the governments to provide the right infrastructure. Like,
Yeah.
there's no point generating a bunch of money and go like, here you go, like handing it to the end person.
No.
Because like the whole thing is like in these cases, this was for famine and stuff like this. It was to get some kind of infrastructure in, so they could get some watering system in, so that vegetation, whatever they could produce, food, so they could live.
Yeah. Like it has to go to the government, but then there should be parts in the government
But
that
the government has to be,
Yeah.
they have to use it for the right purposes.
Yeah.
And in some cases, especially in like corrupt governments and stuff, you're just lining pockets instead of,
Yeah.
Well, the bigger the organization.
yeah,
World Vision is the one I was thinking
it
of.
is World Vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Like, and you don't know how much of it is true.
No. And
It's
that's
just
the hard part, right?
You have to do your research on who you're going to give your money to. I think that's what it kind of comes down to, right?
Like there is some backlash on even on these ones, because obviously at the time, like, you know, the country was suffering. And first thing they do is they take, you know, the poor pictures of the, you know, starved kids with flies all over them and stuff, and your heart breaks and you donate money to the organization.
Yeah.
Then you got to look at it from the people that were in that country. Is their country isn't necessarily all that bad, but you know, on our side of the world, we're looking at like, oh, this is what, you know, Africa looks like.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not like
not.
that.
No.
No.
So we're getting the wrong,
Portrayal.
like we're almost ruining the tourism industry for some of these countries because, well, why would I want to go to this poor disheveled country where
It's only part
there
of the
is
country.
a remarkable country rich in culture and stuff like this? It's just they had, you know, with the drought and stuff like this, they had bad years and needed help getting out.
Yeah. And certain areas are like that, and certain
Yeah.
areas are just
Which
like
is
us.
normal for any country, right?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
bad areas
exactly.
and good areas. It's just
We all have our good and bad areas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a matter of what you do with it and how you try and fix it. And they still haven't been able to, which is really sad.
It is really sad.
But it's
Yeah.
still raising money, right?
Still raising money.
Yeah. Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
At least it started a legacy that hopefully will keep going and
Yeah.
hopefully help out not just Africa, but
Yeah. Speaking of raising money, just one last little tidbit. Any idea how much the tickets were
Oh, you know how
Oh,
much the
yeah, I
tickets
remember you brought this up earlier.
for the Live Aid.
for the Live Aid?
Okay.
A very reasonable £5
Get
with
the
a
hell out.
with a $20 pound charity donation on top of that.
So 25
So 25 pounds. So even in
So it's
today's
not even
money, you're looking at like
$50.
$50
Wow.
for a 16-hour long concert.
Holy crap.
Tell me what's wrong with the world right now.
What's wrong with the world?
That is
that
ridiculous.
is another
Oh,
episode.
it sure is.
Yes, which
But wow, I couldn't
working
believe
on-
that when I read that. I was like,
That's a lot of concerts
wow.
for
Okay, I'm sorry because we did mention the Ticketmaster. So you're like $50, but in today's money with Ticketmaster involved, that would be a $300 ticket.
$1,000.
For a 16-hour long concert, I would gladly pay $300. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but not
but you know the but you know the scalpers will get involved in
Oh, yeah, it would ruin
or
it.
the
Well, that's
Whatever.
half the problem, right?
yeah.
But that's like I said,
That's-
that's a conversation for another day.
could
Yeah.
rant on that for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
50
get cease and
bucks.
desist letters from Ticketmaster.
To which we go
Yeah.
6 finger.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll make sure we'll have our facts.
Go ahead. Sue me.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I dare you.
Yeah.
Try squeezing water from this desert. Anyway.
Well, that's
note.
yeah.
But yeah.
yeah. Anything else? We good?
I think we're good.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure we didn't get it all, but
No.
No, we
yeah,
never get
kinda
it all.
No,
No.
but I think we got a good chunk across the board of all those ones, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That we could
Scotty
find.
will still have comments. We missed something.
Well, then he can start his own podcast. He didn't come over here. He had his chance. No,
He had his chance.
Yeah, he did have his
he
chance.
will have
Yeah.
He
another
refused.
chance.
Yeah.
He will get another chance, but
Will he, though?
Apparently, we can't broadcast late at night because he's an old man.
yes,
That was a special occasion. Come on.
a
Yes.
special occasion. But
Yeah.
all right. So on that note, we will leave you with, if you can donate your time
Yes.
or your money
Yes.
to a charity that you find you love. I'm all for
Just
that.
do it.
Please do.
Please
Yeah.
do help out the world.
Even if it's $5, that's $5 they didn't have before.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, like
Give a
the
little.
food bank is like one of the ones I would go to
Yeah.
because I know that one helps people in need. And
there's more
like I
of them
said,
now.
that $5 right there, that turns to 15.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you throw 100, that's 300.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they can
Yeah.
do with that money. And that one hits
It's
close
what
to
people-
home because I know people that have had to rely on their services.
Even
Yeah.
make it even work.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
who work are relying more and more on our food services and soup kitchens. So yeah, definitely if you can, donate.
Yeah. Donate. Yeah.
We'll catch you on the B side.
Thank you for joining us on the Music Roundtable. Please like and comment where you listen to the podcast, and make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter, and let us know what you'd like us to talk about. Until next time.